Welcome to Analyze It. This part 2 of a serial video where we were talking about automating update and data transformation from Kobo Toolbox dataset using Power BI. In the previous video, I explained how you can pull data from Kobo Toolbox into Power BI desktop. What we did, we established a web connection between Kobo Toolbox, which is a mobile app for doing data collection, and using the web connection, we connected to Power BI. And the second thing we did is that once our connection has been established, I show you how you can update the dataset in Power BI as new data are collected. Meaning I show you how to refresh your data. And this is basically the most important part of this video. This video actually is, I'm going to talk about how you can automate the conditional column values as new data are collected. Basically, we will talk about how to do conditional column, which is data transformation, and we will, at the end of this video, we will see as we are adding new data, this conditional column will provide you the new values. So, what is a conditional column? A conditional column is a column whose values are based on one or more conditions applied to other column. Let's imagine, or let's take the case where we have a data set with 4 columns: name, location, sex, and age, and we'll see that a little bit later on practice. That is connected to the web, or let's say this table is coming from the cloud of Kobo Toolbox, and we have connected this table to Power BI. And then now we want to add a new column, which we will call female youth. And this column will be basically a combination of sex and age. And the condition that we want to establish is that a person that is a female and aged less than 18 years old will be classified as a female. So we will create a conditional column with with that condition, and then when we run that condition, or whenever we refresh our data set, we should obtain either no or yes if it is a youth female or not a youth female. So basically, this is one of the examples that we can do to create a conditional column. So let's go to my Power BI, and then we'll see how practically we can do that. Now I have my Power BI desktop open, and you can see I have my data set, and you can see I have a region, name, sex, and age. So let's create our conditional column, our new conditional column using the sex and the age. And remember, the condition that we want to create is that we will create a new column that we will call female youth, and we will select, and this column will return yes if the sex is a female, and if the age is less than 18, otherwise it will return no. To create a conditional column, we need to go to the Power Query. So to go to the Power Query, go to Data Transform Data. Then we click Transform Data. And a new window, the Power Query window will be open. And this is where we're going to create our conditional column. So here is my Power Query window. So to create a conditional column, it's basically adding a new column. So in Power Query, you have different options. You can transform, you can add, you can view, and there's also the tools. So we'll click on Add Column. And in the Add Column, we will select Conditional Column. And the conditional column window will be open, and this is where we're going to create our condition. So the first thing that we need to do is to give a name to the new column which contain the condition. So we'll put the name here. So I create youth female, and the next it's where we're going to include our condition. So let's set the first part of our condition, which is about the sex. So we want to select the column. So the column name. So we click the down arrow here and we select the column and we look for the sex. All right. And the next thing is that we want to say if sex column, and we need to provide the operator. So, and we know that if sex column, if the column sex is equal to female, so the operator should be, we can leave it as equal, but if I click the down arrow, you can see that we have different type of operators. So we leave it as equals. And what is we want if it is equal to female, so we type female as exactly as it is in the data set. And then if the sex column is equal to female, what we want, we could basically put a condition, but now because our condition is we'll also look at the age, so we will want to look at the next column. So we click the arrow here, and instead of entering a value, we'll select the column. So we'll click select column. I'm sorry, here. We'll select the column and we select the age. All right, so we can see that we have selected. So we have selected the age. So basically, what this row is telling me is that if column sex equal to female, then we look at the next column, which is age, and we will add the new clause, and the new clause will be around the age. So we add the clause, and then we repeat again. If the age, again referring to the next column, so we're looking for the age column. And now we're going to have to change the operator because we remember that the youth is someone less than 18 years old. So we'll click the down arrow here and look for the operator less than, is less than. And then we select is less than. And now we're going to enter the value. We type 18. What will be the result? It will return yes. So basically, this is the rule. So we said if sex column equal to female, then we look at the age, and if age is less than 18, then yes, it is a youth female. Otherwise, if none of these level of rule are false, then we will return no here, and this is what he is saying here, else, and we return no. And then we type OK. And once we do it, you see automatically it has created the youth female. And you can see, for example, it says yes here because it's the age. As you can see, where is my age? Oops, up, my age. All right, I can't see it. Anyway, it has created okay, here is the age. Can you see that this is a female and the age is less than 18, so it is a youth, and all the other are no. So this is how you can create a conditional rule. So now it has already applied the rule to the existing data. So, but now let's see if we are having new data, what will happen also. For that, let's enter two new cases in Kobo Toolbox, and then we will refresh it, and you will see that it will automate the result of the conditional column. But before going to Kobo Toolbox, you need to apply the rules and save it. And as you can see in the applied step here, you have added the conditional column, but you need to confirm it and apply it. So to do that, you go to home and click close and apply, and you have two options. Either you close the Power Query editor window and you apply the rule, or you apply the rule, meaning you confirm the rule, but you still have the Power Query editor open. In my case, I will apply it and close I will apply the rule and close my Power Query window. All right, so let me bring my Kobo Toolbox in my and add two more cases. As you can see, I'm gonna add two more cases. I'm gonna select East, and I will type the one more cases. U1. Oh, sorry. U1, and the sex is U1, and the sex is female, and product A, B, C, and the age, let's assume it will be, let me say it's okay, 14. All right, and I submit it. So I will be adding two more cases on about youth female. So U2, and it is a female, and again it is 13, and I've selected product A and I submit it. Okay, so now let's go back to Power BI and update the conditional column. Now that I'm back in Power BI, to update your data set, which will also take any data transformation and new column that you have added, including what we just did, meaning the conditional column. You just need to go to refresh, and it will update the data, because remember at the beginning in part 1 of this video, our actual Power BI is connected to Kobo Toolbox. So we just do a refresh and you will see what will happen. Let me go in my column where we have the youth, that the conditional column. Remember, youth female is the conditional column. And let's just refresh to see what will happen. We click the refresh button here, and it's refreshing, and it should add two more cases. Okay, so let's go back, and you can see it has added the two cases that we just added. And remember, the name was U1 and U2. So you see that the name is U1 and U2, and remember we added the two new youth female, and then automatically our rules, which we created for the youth female column, has inputted the yes for each of them. So this is the beauty of connecting Kobo Toolbox with Power BI, and when you have conditional column and you just refresh it, it will bring the new information for you. Remember, guys, Power Query also work for Power BI, but also with Excel. So everything that you do in terms of Power Query in Excel will work in Power BI. So as you can see, when you're connecting your Power BI or Excel to your data set in Kobo Toolbox, you don't need, after each round of data collection, to download the data set. You just need to establish a web connection, and if you have done some data transformation, or you have created like we just did a new column through the conditional formatting columns, you just click refresh, and when you click the refresh button, it will automatically bring the new data set that you have collected, and also it will automate all the data transformation and data column that you have added. So This is really cool, and I found this really efficient, because if you have a long-lasting survey or you're creating a data set, and as long as, I mean, you're creating a dashboard, and as long as you're having new data coming, you just click the refresh button and everything will be updated. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be releasing more video, and if you have some specific topics that you would like me to teach you about it, or if you have some comment, don't hesitate to put some comment below. And I will also do, for the French speaker, French version of this video, and I will also continue to release more video around Power BI and other topics. Stay tuned and take care.